So how do you get to work?
I take the train.
Okay, and what do you do in the train?
So in the train, I sometimes start conversations with people, but since I'm underground, the connection cuts off. Usually I'm either doing part of the DMO, which is sometimes it includes, well, mostly it includes like reading 10 pages a day, following up with clients. So I'm doing that.
And when do you come back usually in the evening? What time?
So for example, today I'm usually home by 9 in general. In general, I'm usually home by 9 o'clock.
Okay. And when do you sleep approximately?
Probably around 11.
Okay. So you could make one call or maybe two calls when you come back at work with prospects, let's say Zoom calls.
Right.
Otherwise,
Okay.
so, and the thing is, even if you don't have such a good connection in the train or in the underground, you still can send a message, and even if it doesn't
No,
go
I
through,
do. Yeah.
it goes through like I don't know, like half an hour later or like an hour later. Depends. Sometimes that connected and then it's sent. Um,
Right, right.
so what I would do in your situation, I would focusing on scheduling calls in the train. So because look, these are 4 hours what you can use wisely. And
Right.
I would not recommend to read so many books because I mean I would do it maybe like for 10 minutes or not longer because it
Yeah, it's just 10 pages. They tell us to
yeah,
just read
because it
10
doesn't
pages.
create results. That's the thing. Uh,
Right, right.
for example, what would make sense that you use the time effectively, even when you read the book, you can, for example, read 10 pages and directly after that, you record a video about the pages what you wrote and you try to summarize it with your own words. And this may be like a 30 seconds video in a personal development book because
Yeah. Well, right now I'm reading the GoPro again, because I want to have a good foundation of network marketing. Like I just really want to get down to the basics. I still struggle with like with rejection and objections. Like I don't like it. Like it triggers me. Like I can't stand being left on scene. It just really just bothers me.
really,
Yes.
why?
And I just need to get it's
Where does
just
it come from?
for example, today I was talking to a prospect and she was just like, "Oh, well, I don't know about putting those supplements in my body. I don't know. Like my goal is to educate. I'm not here to convince people."
Mhm.
Um, so it's kind of frustrating because this person is skeptical about supplements, but they eat like garbage.
Yeah.
I don't I just the concept just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, people are just
So
stupid.
it's frustrating.
Because the reason why she's saying that is because she doesn't know why she should take it.
She basically sampled the shakes before, and I've asked her, well, did you have any reaction when you tried the shakes before? It's just basically shakes and a tea. And she's like, well, yeah, but I only tried it once, and I don't know how it's gonna be long term. It's just a lot of excuses, and I really have very low tolerance for excuses. So like,
Hmm. But let's go back to the thing what you do in the train, because that really creates results.
right,
What you do right now is basically you have 4 hours a day to build your
right.
business, and that's completely enough. The question is, what do you do in those 4 hours? And if you say you don't reach out to too many people because and you don't have too much conversations at the moment, how many new conversations do you start a day?
A day.
Let's say with
Probably like
people
I'm sup
you don't know.
they tell us that what they tell us is that we're supposed to start reach out to other new people outside that don't follow us. They call that engagements, and we're supposed to do 100 engagements, talk to 100 new people a day. That's what
Hmm.
they tell us to do. This is, and then sometimes I just feel overwhelmed because I don't know where to start. It's much easier for me to talk to people that already follow me and I already have a connection with.
But you cannot go all the time to those people because they sooner or later
Right.
are, you already talk to them, right?
Right. So I kind of just don't even know where to start, like where to find these people. Like sometimes I look at other locations and other people in other countries and just look at their content and comment on their content. So like I'll like three of their posts and I'll just leave a comment, and that would be considered an engagement. And I reached out to one of my uplines who's he's pretty high up there. He basically just told me to follow everyone, and I don't really want to do that because then it's just gonna look like you mentioned, like my number of followers is gonna be about the same as like people that I'm following. It's
And that
not, you
doesn't
said
look
to
so
bring it
good.
down to 10%.
Then people doesn't take you serious. For example, I have 9,000.
Really? Do you think that if I don't bring it down to like 10%, like you mentioned from the 4,000?
In my opinion, one, of course, because look, it makes a difference. If I have 9,000 followers and I
Mm-hmm.
follow 900, or if I have 9,000 followers and I follow
Mm-hmm.
12,000, right? That's like an instant red flag.
Yeah. Yeah, like my sponsor actually has that. He has around, I don't know, like 1,000 and something, but he's following like 7,000 people, and he only has like 1,400 followers in his social media.
Yeah, that just doesn't look good. That's like
Yeah.
that.
So I brought it down to half, and I'm trying to like see, like just bring it down even more.
Exactly. I mean, you can do it every day for like 10 minutes in the train, remove 100 people.
No, that's what I've been doing.
Yes, of
Especially if they don't follow back, I just unfollow.
course. Everybody that is not following back, remove them
Yeah.
because they don't see your stuff anyways.
Right, right, right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, but how many people do you reach out to? Like,
On a day, brand new people. When you say reach out, you mean like just DM, like
yes,
cold DM?
yeah.
I'm gonna say, be honest, I'm gonna say under 10 because I do reach out to, when I reach out to people, I just basically comment on their content and like their posts. I don't personally reach out unless I already have like, unless they follow me and I comment on their stories.
Hmm. I mean, the thing is, you live in New York, right?
Right,
Even when I just go on Instagram and I use the location tag of New York and I go on recent posts, then I see like millions of people and every day
right.
different ones. And I would say every time when I go on Instagram and I refresh the page, I see 5 new posts because there are so many people living there. And you can look for women in the same age what you have based on the tag what they used. For example, hey, I've seen you upload a photo of New York. I live here. Do you live here too? Or just here on vacation?
Oh, you're telling me to that I can do a post like that?
No, that you message people like this directly.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I've done that. Yes. I've done that to like new followers. Oh, hey, like thank you for following me. I hope my content has provided some value. Are you in New York as well? Or do that with like new followers?
Not the people that people that follow you. This is what you can do as well, but you also need to bring in new people.
Right, like cold message.
Yes, and this is a cold message because you don't know them and they don't know you. So, and then you have something in common because you are also living in New York.
Right.
Maybe you make some new friends. Just imagine there you find some great people what you hang out with.
Okay. So I'm usually in Brooklyn and in the Bronx, so I can look up those locations in New York.
Exactly. And then you say, hey, I've seen you use that photo, or I've seen you're in New York. Do you live here? Or Are you just here for a trip? And
Okay.
just imagine you do this every day, 25 times.
Just cold message people, like 25 cold messages a day.
Yes, why not?
Okay.
And then you ask them, hey, what do
Because
you do?
they tell us to do 100 engagements. So should I still be doing that
Yes,
and
and
then
if you
just
can
send
do it,
the 25 cold
look,
messages on the
the,
side?
the thing is, the more you do, the more it helps. But if you're overwhelmed with 100 engagements, then do a little
Yeah,
bit less because it doesn't bring anything when you get a heart attack, you know?
it is overwhelming,
Yeah.
the 100. They
Hmm.
told us if you're doing the business part-time you could reduce it down to 50.
You're doing it
And
part-time.
even 50 seems a little bit challenging, but 25 seems doable for me, realistic. To
But
be
just
honest,
chill.
realistically, 25 seems doable for me.
What do you think how much time it takes to reach out to 25 people like that, how I mentioned before?
Um, I'm gonna be honest, I tend to prejudge people. So if I see like if I it's I think it's a mindset thing where I feel like I'm gonna get a no from you, I'm not gonna reach out to you. Like if I feel like you're not the right prospect for me, based
This
on what I'm seeing.
really, this is what you prejudge them so much. Do you decide
Yeah,
for them if they would say yes or no?
yeah, and I know I shouldn't be doing that.
Exactly. Get that shit out of your head straight. Okay.
Yeah,
Because look, I tell you a story. When I was recruiting actively people, I always thought, okay, this is nothing for him. And I still introduced him to the business. And then I said, yes, this is the guy for the business. And I introduced him to the business and he didn't join. Every time I thought that's nothing for them, they said, yes, I'm interested. And if I thought they would join, they didn't join. So
right.
let them decide. Your
Okay,
goal is just to look at them and start the conversation.
okay,
Message them and say, hey, I've seen you doing this. Hey, I've seen you live in New York. I live in New York too. Are you here on a trip or do you live here? Or hey, I've seen you
okay,
post a picture in New York. Are you on vacation or do you live here? Cheers, Nicole. This is a normal, genuine, honest message where you can reach out to people.
okay. I'll work on that. So I might go, I'm gonna aim for 25 cold messages a day.
But this is what you really, I'm telling you, you can do so many things what doesn't create
Right.
the results what you want. But this is something what always create results sooner or later because you
Yeah.
message people directly. That's the same like, okay, what do you think is more effective? When when it comes to having conversations,
Mm-hmm.
how many conversations do you have if you are standing on a Times Square in half an hour and just stay there and look? What do you think? How many people will approach you? Maybe one, two, three, four.
Like
But
if I'm not even attempting to talk to them.
yes, if you don't, let's say if you would just wait until someone will talk to you, maybe nobody, because you could also be that nobody's talking to you.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll attract somebody. I have green hair.
Yeah, or someone will say, hey, I like your hair, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you wouldn't have a lot of conversations.
Right, right.
But what if you give yourself 30 minutes and start as many conversations as possible with people on the Times Square? How many conversations would you have? Definitely way more than if you
Right.
would
If I
just wait
initiate the
until
conversation,
someone
yeah.
is reaching out to you. So, and this is the same when you're on Instagram. People usually
Right.
don't message you until you have something what they want. And what you do, the polls, the stories, this is great. Don't stop this. Keep doing it.
No,
But
I keep doing it.
yes,
I don't,
because sooner or
I
later
just don't
there.
get a lot of people don't vote on, um, Yeah, I try to keep a balance of adding my like I don't want it to just be just my business like in my stories. I like to add things about myself too, just to seem a little bit more relatable. But I do add polls about the business as well, but those polls people don't answer those polls.
Yes, you just need to keep doing it, but focus only on posting things that people come to you. That's only 10%. You should always start new conversation with like 40% of the time would you invest in your business. That's the most important part. Always talk to new people.
Right.
And if you do this with the method what I told you in the last 20 minutes, you will find people, they say, hey, I'm living here. Hey, I'm here on vacation. I mean, that doesn't matter what they say because you can do everything. Look, if someone says, yes, I live here, nice, New York is amazing, I love it.
Yeah, but don't follow them though, right?
No, you
Just
don't need
cold message them.
depends if let's say if I message someone and I look at the profile and I say that's a very cool person or that's an
Hmm.
awesome person. I definitely follow them if I like this person. But if I cannot see any value, I don't do it.
Okay.
Mhm.
I've also had trouble growing my social media. Like, I'm very consistent with my posts and my reels, but it just seems like it just seems stuck at in the 4,000s. I want to grow to 10K.
Yes, this is good what you do. Keep doing it, but focus more on having new conversations. I'm telling you, if you only do this, you will have so many people to talk to. This is the thing. You need to keep doing the reels, you need to keep doing the stories, the polls, but focus on 25 new conversations every
A
day with
day
people that live in New York.
instead of the 100 engagements like they tell us.
Yes, I mean, it's also an engagement.
I'm sorry, say that again.
It's also an engagement. Reaching out
Right.
to people is also you engage with people.
Right. Yeah, I'm open to trying this new thing because, uh, I, they tell us to do this DMO, but like, it might work as I might need to do something different to than what they're doing.
But they don't tell something different. It's just like they have a method that works also for people, right?
Hmm.
But this is something what I would really do, and I want you to do this until the next call that you start 25 messages every day. You cannot tell me that you don't have enough time. You have 4 hours a day.
No, no, I will do that. I
You
would
know,
do that,
you know
and
the thing
I've
is,
been med. Hmm.
even when you, let's say during you work 5 days a week or six.
Sometimes 6, sometimes 5.
Okay, if you work 5 times a week, you have
Hmm.
every day 6 hours to build your business, 6 hours. And even when you don't, even you can do nothing in your lunch break. Because when you have 2 hours to work, 2 hours back, and 2 hours until you go to bed. This is enough time to build that business 100%.
Okay.
And
Because they're kind of strict with the phone usage too. This would be like my lunchtime would be my only time to work on my business.
yeah, the goal is to schedule appointments for the time when you are at home. Let's say, look, only if you have, but the conversation, the thing is, what's important? The structure of the conversation should be that you introduce people to the business. The conversation is not, hey, do you want to buy a shake? Because that brings you nothing in that phase where you're right now. Because you want to make more money, and you get more money when people order more products and
Mm.
when people order and when people really come with the intention to build the business. Okay,
Okay. So the goal would be with the conversations recruitment.
exactly. And
Okay.
I'll tell you real quick how I did it all the time in your situation. Hey, I've seen you're living in New York, or I have seen you in New York. I saw the picture of you in New York. Do you live here or was it just a trip? Question mark. When they say, no, it was just a trip, say, nice. Where are you from originally? Atlanta. Ah, nice, cool. Did you like New York? Yes. Okay. What you do for a living? Do you work something where you can travel, or what's the thing that you do? Then they say what they do. It's like, ah, cool. Was it always your dream job? No. Okay. Yes, maybe. No. So the goal is to find out if they live here. Yes, I live in New York. Nice. What do you work here in New York? Yes, I do this and this. Oh, cool. Was it always your dream job, or are you just doing it because it pays the bills? No, I just do it because it pays the bills. Ah, okay. Did you ever think about to become your own boss? Yeah, but I didn't find a thing. I didn't know what to do. Ah, okay, cool. And let's say you send them a voice message and say, hey, John, I was thinking about or hey, Sandra, I was thinking about our conversation. You told me you would like to be your own boss one day, but you don't know how. I have a business what I started part-time. I help me to create a couple $100 every month. And if I can make a couple $100, you can make thousands because you have this quality and this and this and this. Maybe it sounds crazy because we just know each other since yesterday, but I open to check it out. If they say yes,
Okay.
you say, okay, I go on a call with you. Yes, perfect. When do you have time? 10 minutes for a call. You call them, you ask them, why are they open for something new? Then you introduce them to the business. You say, hey, look, there is a business where you can start part-time, building as big as you want. I have a short video, explains everything. I send it to you when you have time to check it out. Tomorrow, great. Let's do a call tomorrow. Boom. What did you like best in the call? In the call, you say, hey, thank you for joining. What did you like best? Then you ask him, yes, that was the reason why I got started as well. And then you tell him, look, these are the packages, how to get started. How do you want to get started? And then, because the thing is, the how is not so important.
All right.
But if you have I wish I could transfer this to you. And for example, when I did this, I was so convinced that the person joins that I was really surprised if someone didn't join. Do you feel the difference? Because you said the opposite. You said, okay, no, this business doesn't for him. Oh no, he will reject me. You have the fear of rejection in you.
Right.
And you attract the fear what you have.
Yes.
Reason why
Yeah.
people reject you because the fear is in you. It's inside.
Right. I attract the negative outcome.
Exactly, because it's the same if you think the products are too expensive. Every time you make a call, people tell you the products are too expensive. If you think that's so cheap, that's way too cheap if you compare it with other meals, what you can buy and the ingredients, Herbalife is cheap. Then people
No,
say,
it is.
yeah, exactly. And then people say, oh, that's not expensive. And they say, yeah, it's not expensive. And then they buy. It's just how you think. And this is how you attract. This is what you attract. And the same in business. You have to think, of course, he starts. What else should the person do with his life? The only thing how he can make real good money and create the life of his dreams is by joining Herbalife. There's nothing else. That's the way. And this is if you have that feeling that there is nothing on the market, of course you're going to join Herbalife. What else should he do with his life? Working somewhere
Exactly.
with him for $2,000 a month, where rent is $2,200. Come on. Of course he gets,
Yeah.
because he's fit, he likes the tradition, of course. What else? And then he's like, no, I don't want to join. What? You don't want to join? I crazy. Look at this. You can do this, 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 this. I mean, that would really surprise me now if you don't join. Right? If you have
Right.
a feeling that people start anyways, this is the right state what you have before you go on a call, before you talk with someone, before you send the message. Of course they join. And when you have this,
Right. Like it
then,
would be their loss if they didn't.
then they're like, wow, I want to be part of this team. Does it make sense?
Yeah. Totally.
How long is your break today?
To probably like 20 more minutes.
Okay. Did it help you already a little bit?
No, it did. And I've been keeping track of that worksheet that you have. So I've been stuck between amateur and poser. And so like I want to shift away from poser to more to amateur and professional. So I'm gonna try the method that
Yeah.
you
Message the
that
people.
you
I'm telling you, you need to start
yeah.
conversations with people that have a little bit a similarity with you. That's all what you need to do. You don't need to do more.
Right.
Okay,
Okay. Sounds good.
perfect. Let me know. Today is the first day. When you go back to your house, you start messaging people on the way back in the train, and you should have at least 25 people message from New York. Okay.
Sounds good. I'll
And then
keep you
you send,
posted.
and then you send me a message. Keep me posted. It was nice talking to you, and see you next time.
Awesome.
Bye.
All right. Bye, Alex. Bye.